These are the engineering miracles we adore. Of all the high-performance parts and high-tech computer modules in each of the finely tuned systems that allow us the freedom to practically fly, none is more important than the system that gives us the capability to stop. Brake fluid delivers the driver's intent to slow down or stop immediately to the brakes. This messenger between the master and its slave cylinders must be able to handle over 1,000 psi of pressure, resist freezing and boiling temperatures, and prevent rust, corrosion, and deterioration throughout the braking system. With ABS, the brake fluid's job gets even tougher. The computerized ABS is much more sensitive to changes in hydraulic brake fluid than the rest of the brake system. So it's no surprise that anything under this much pressure, often getting pushed to its boiling and freezing point, can begin to break down. Also, brake fluid is glycol-based and extremely hygroscopic, as in thirsty for water, and that means it will absorb moisture from anywhere it can find it. When water is absorbed, the brake fluid is contaminated and ready to retire. With as little as 4% moisture, the brake fluid's wet boiling point can go below the federal DOT-3 limit. Once brake fluid boils, it no longer provides adequate lubrication and corrosion protection. By the time fluid has been in the system 3 years, it can easily deteriorate gradually enough that most drivers will barely notice the difference in their braking ability until they need it the most. This is why OEMs recommend brake fluid replacement after so many years or miles. The manufacturer's recommendations can be supported for the car owner by testing brake fluid for the lack of corrosion inhibitors. The cast iron, steel, aluminum, and brass components of the brake system are susceptible to rust and corrosion, and many of the pneumatic parts can deteriorate with old brake fluid. To ensure the highest performance, we recommend replacing the old worn-out fluid with premium-grade BG Products DOT-3 or DOT-4 brake fluid, as specified by the vehicle manufacturer. DOT-4 brake fluid has a higher wet boiling point than DOT-3, which means it can handle more moisture and provide a more effective flush. The BG Products DOT-4 brake fluid, with its heavy-duty high-temp formula, provides excellent rust and corrosion protection to both ABS and conventional braking systems. BG Products Incorporated provides the right equipment and the right chemistry to efficiently and cost-effectively flush and replace all the brake fluid and bleed both conventional and ABS systems. This is the BG-PF7 Brake Service System. As always, be sure to thoroughly read your BG-PF7 Brake System Flush Manual before beginning the service procedure. Once you have thoroughly inspected the entire brake system, including the lines, shoes, pads, drums, rotors, and cables, you're ready to begin. The BG-PF7 is designed to be used with BG's premium DOT-3 or DOT-4 ultra-dry flushing formula brake fluid. Do not use DOT-5. The see-through tank makes for easy viewing of the PF7's brake fluid level during the service. Special graduations on the cylinder take the guesswork out of determining how much fluid should be flushed through the master cylinder and each wheel. The toggle switch on top of the BG-PF7 control panel should be set to the suction off position. The console pressure regulator knob should be backed off by turning it counterclockwise. The pressure gauge will read 0. If it shows pressure, press the red pressure release button until the gauge reads 0. Connect pressurized air to the BG-PF7. Remove the fill plug from the transparent tank on top of the BG-PF7 and pour in 1 quart of either BG DOT-3 or DOT-4 brake fluid. Initial fill will take more to fill lines and other dry areas. Replace the fill plug securely, as this tank will be pressurized. Check the shop service manual for any flushing and bleeding procedures before setting the pressure regulator knob. If a master cylinder pressure is prescribed, adjust the amount of pressure accordingly. If not, the pressure should be set at 12 psi. Turning the pressure regulator knob clockwise will increase air pressure. Place the vehicle on a lift or over a pit. Break loose each wheel cylinder bleeder valve. This is a good time to clean or replace any bleeder valves requiring service. Once inspected, close all bleeder valves. Remove the cover from the master cylinder reservoir. Attach the flexible suction wand tube to the quick connect at the end of the used fluid hose. Turn the suction switch to on and remove all the fluid from the master cylinder. Remove the tube and turn the suction switch off. Choose the appropriate master cylinder reservoir adapter and attach it to the top of the master cylinder in order to seal the system. Make sure the adapter fits snug. With the ball valve on the new fluid hose in the off position, connect the hose to the pressurized adapter. Open the ball valve on the new fluid hose slowly, allowing the master cylinder to fill and to be pressurized. Inspect the adapter for leaks. Turn the suction switch to on and raise the vehicle. We're now ready to allow the new fluid to flow out to each wheel, beginning with the farthest wheel from the master cylinder, which is usually the rear passenger side. Put the bleeder adapter on the end of the bleeder valve. Take the suction wand tube on the end of the used fluid hose and insert the adapter onto the end of the bleeder valve. Using a special bleeder wrench, open the valve until fluid appears. When fluid runs clear and only new fluid flows, close the valve and remove the suction wand. Then move to the next farthest wheel. Note, if fluid does not flow from the bleeder valve, there may be blockage in the line or the need for higher air pressure because of resistance of the anti-lock brake system. Consult the vehicle service manual for more information. Allow fluid to run through until the level on the PF7 tank reaches the wheel 1 marker. After completing the same process on the other rear wheel, move to the next farthest wheel in the system, which is the passenger front, and finally to the left front, assuming the master cylinder is on the driver's side of the vehicle. Do not allow the new fluid tank level to go below the last line. If you do, the flow of fluid will cease when the float hits bottom to prevent air from entering the system. Before removing the new fluid hose from the master cylinder reservoir adapter, be sure to release the air pressure by backing out the new fluid adapter knob, and then press the red pressure release button until all pressure is dissipated, checking the pressure gauge to make sure it reads 0. Turn the ball valve off and disconnect the new fluid hose from the master cylinder reservoir adapter. Note, if the new fluid hose is disconnected from the adapter plate before releasing the pressure in the master cylinder, you must reconnect the new fluid hose to the adapter plate in order for the pressure to be released. This is the only way to remove air pressure from the brake system before removing the adapter plate from the master cylinder. Remove the adapter plate from the top of the master cylinder and check to be sure the fluid level is correct. Remove the air supply hose connected to the BG-PF7. Finally, start the vehicle and be sure the brake pedal is firm. BG Products Incorporated has designed the BG-PF7 brake service system to be the fastest and most efficient method for servicing the fluid in today's brake systems. The BG-PF7 brake service system is part of the complete maintenance awareness program from BG Products Incorporated, your worldwide partner in service success.